Welcome back to the IBFP. Here's your host, Boxing News.
Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Let's just dig right into it. Callum Smith prices himself out of the Canelo Alvarez fight. And let's just break it down. According to Steve Kim with ESPN, Steve Kim states that, Callum Smith originally asked for $10 million, which is a ridiculous amount for Callum Smith to ask for, because you understand that Callum Smith is not a guy who has a huge following, has a huge base. Callum Smith does have a small following. He does have people that will travel for him, but he is not a major draw. He's not filling out stadiums or arenas. That's not what Callum Smith does. That's not who he is. He's not a mega superstar internationally. So to ask for that kind of money to fight Canelo Alvarez is pricing yourself out, because it's not based on what you want to make for a fight. It's based on what you're able to generate. And Callum Smith is not going to be able to generate enough interest in a fight to deserve to make over $10 million against Canelo Alvarez. It simply doesn't make sense. He's not bringing multiple belts to the table. He's not bringing, he hasn't unified the entire 168 division and deserves to, to demand a lot more than what other people would ask. That's ridiculous. These guys are pricing themselves out. And then you see that, what really sticks the nail in the coffin as far as his opportunity to fight Canelo Alvarez is the fact that, his most recent fight, was labeled as the worst ever British world title fight decision in history. Most people who are objective and unbiased and honest believe that John Ryder beat Callum Smith and simply didn't get the decision. Most people feel like Callum Smith shouldn't even be the world champion right now. And yet he was the guy that was asking for more than $10 million, and he's obviously doesn't even appear to be deserving of being a world champion at this point, getting the benefit of the doubt against John Ryder. He really should have been looking to rematch John Ryder right away instead of being in the Canelo Alvarez sweepstakes. But yet, once he got in the sweepstakes, got into opportunity to face the star and the face of boxing, this guy turns around and asks for $10 million. This is what took so long in negotiation. This is what took so long. People were talking about, oh, Canelo's not lowballing. Canelo's lowballing everybody. Canelo doesn't want to pay anyone. How are you going to ask for $10 million and you basically coming off a fight that you deserve to lose? You shouldn't even be a champion. And on top of that, you don't bring in a lot of money. That's not what you generate. And you see, according to Michael Benson, The Athletic and TalkSport, they state that Billy Joe Saunders will reportedly earn a career-high payday in the neighborhood of $8 million for his fight with Canelo Alvarez. Even Billy Joe Saunders is getting a career-high payday. Even Billy Joe Saunders is getting way more money than he's ever gotten for a fight. You got to understand, a fight ago, Billy Joe Saunders was on the undercard of a YouTuber. So we got to be honest and unbiased about this. These guys were pricing themselves out, and Canelo Alvarez has to overpay to get these fights. Canelo Alvarez has to overpay to get these things secured. But Callum Smith just blew his opportunity at being a great fighter and, being able to take down Canelo Alvarez. That was the opportunity, because you may not get this chance again. See, you see that they're already talking about Canelo Alvarez could face Triple G and Murata later in 2020. So there's no more room for Callum Smith to make another big substantial payday later down the line against a guy like Canelo Alvarez. You only get one shot at the face of boxing typically, and this guy just let it pass because he priced himself out. But once again, unbiased as always, is the IBFP.